Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited to take you through my process of editing a photo set. A photo set is a group of images taken in the same location at the same time, featuring the same model. These images are edited to have a consistent look or finish. We will also break down this tutorial into several chapters, each focusing slightly on a different aspect of my editing process. So let's dive in. First things first, we'll start with the color correction and setting up our base look. I do this in Lightroom Classic. The goal here is to get the colors to look close to the finished image and consistent across all photos in the set. With all the adjustments down to our hero shot, this is what we have as our base look. It will then be applied globally to all the images in the set, and I'll go through the individual photos after that and adjust different elements in the basic panel for consistency. This step sets the foundation for everything that follows. Next up is the cleanup process. One by one, each photo will be exported to Photoshop dynamically for this. In here, I'll go about liquefying things to fit, removing any distractions that don't add to the image, such as spots, blemishes, or flyaways. One effective technique for this is frequency separation. This allows us to work on the texture and the color separately, making it easier to smooth out imperfections without losing important details. This method is also great because it keeps everything intact, some say non-destructive, while removing unwanted elements. There are also points to note. You should be able to identify any changes made in one image in a set, then remember to apply those changes to all the other photos for consistency. This means having one completed image or hero shot stacked horizontally as I work on the current one, so that I'm able to pinpoint all the changes I've made in the previous shot so that I can apply them on the current one. Next in line is dodging and burning. This technique helps to enhance the highlights and shadows, adding more depth and dimensions to the image. I will always do this locally and globally. I already have pre-set up actions and extensions that are very helpful installed, and I will share more light on those in a separate video. If you're interested, you can let me know in the comments below and I'll do a deep dive into them. Or even better, you can stay and get subscribed to the channel to see more later. Locally, I zoom in and out to target specific blotchy areas, and I'll blend these different tones together and define smooth transitions between them. This can equally get out of hand and be overdone. I have learned to keep my edits looking more natural, and to do that, I try to maintain a healthy amount of this while keeping a close eye on the image. When satisfied, I'll move on to contour and add a bit of depth using global dodge and burn. This step helps to sculpt the image and bring out the details that matter. I call this a polish stage after dodging and burning. It's time to make the photos more polished. This involves smoothing out transitions between light and dark areas to create a more cohesive look. I usually target the gutter where light tones meet the dark ones. My favorite to do this is the filter from Imaginomic called Portraiture. I don't think it's intended for the way I use it, but it gets what I need done, well, and fast, to be honest. The image is also frequency separated, but without blurring the color layer. Instead, I apply the filter to it. This smoothens out the image and it loses all but that is where the texture layer comes in handy to retain all the lost details. Using the brush tool in Photoshop, I can gently blend these areas using the mask on the color layer, ensuring that the image looks more professional and smooth. To add more depth to our photo set, we use photo blur and blend modes. The aim is to make the image pop and also help with the overall look. By applying a huge amount of blur to the image and going through a few blend modes, we can create a sense of depth that draws the viewer's eye to the main subject and also control the overall look of the image. Pre-color grade is what is next, and I use selective color to give the photos a unique look. This part is a push and pull game to tweak specific colors to add a creative look to the photos. I am more biased towards warm greenish tones, and that could be seen in this case. It's a great way to make the photos stand out and have a distinctive level of a filmic look. Next, we tackle lens distortion. This is not going to be me taking it out, but rather the addition of it. Sometimes images can appear slightly distorted, especially through a lens. I am always adding and hoping to achieve that using chromatic aberration. It takes the cleanness out of a photo. I have really come to love them and how it makes all my photos look. I will do a deep dive in this more later on how mine is set up as an action. This step is usually crucial, to be honest, for me in maintaining the look I go for. I add and adjust opacity to suit. Over to Lightroom for look adjustments and finishing. Finally, since everything is dynamically linked, I can easily return back to Lightroom by just saving my photo in Photoshop for final adjustments and finishing touches. Here, we refine the overall look, making any last minute tweaks to ensure consistency across the entire photo set. This includes fine-tuning the exposure, contrast, and using masks to shape the light, color grading it, sharpening, and adding any necessary vignettes. And there you have it. That's an overview of my entire process for editing a photo set. Each step is crucial in creating a cohesive and professional final product that I love. I hope you found this tutorial very helpful. If you have any questions or want to see more in-depth tutorial on any of these steps, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on future videos. Thanks for watching and happy editing.